interviewing the author of Whicked Interview Tips, release date March 2024. Sheila Jones, aka the Job Lady, is CEO of Whicked Results. Sheila, explain the whole wicked thing.
I wanted something that had a lot of energy behind it, like really like dynamic, and I kept thinking to myself, I need something like wicked, like really, because it represents me. But the results part has been all about my career, right? All about delivering for large companies and delivering for people on goals and objectives for the businesses. So I just came up with the company called Whicked Results, and so far it has been awesome name, and people love it, and when they hear the name, they remember the name.
But there's an H in Wicked. Tell me about the H.
Yes, so the H really represents who I am in terms of being able to help, and I chose to spell it with an H, and I chose to bring that H in crookedly on the name of my company, because I really want to help people get to where they're going, and I want to help businesses drive results for their business as well.
Incredible. Yes, and I can testify that you are a helper. Wow. Why did you write this book on interviewing? What is your passion?
So I would say that about 30 years ago, which is a long time ago, I started helping people with their jobs. And it was a slow and steady process, right? So I was thinking the other day, like, who was the very first person that I had interaction with? And it was a young intern who was a student at University of Delaware. And I remember investing in him and being able to have the moment where I was teaching him and training him on how to take his education and his internship and unite those together for an opportunity at Campbell Soup. So it started a long time ago, but it has been part of my whole identity in the workforce, and it's what I do on a volunteer basis as well. So I help people in the corporate space, and then I helped people in the military area, and then random people, right? Random people that just kind of knock on my door and they're like, hey, I heard you're the job lady. And I'm like, yes, I am. And so it's been a long journey, and ultimately bringing the book to publication is a summary of all the experience and knowledge that I've gained through the course of about 30 years.
So what is your life goal? What is your passion at this point?
It's really interesting because as my career peaked, I thought to myself, what do I want to do? What's the legacy that I really want to leave behind? And I was like, I want to help 1 million people get jobs. So I began the journey really consciously and intentionally, probably about 5 years ago, like really focused on doing things a little bit differently and more intentionally. So I'm on a mission right now to help 1 million people get jobs.
Wow, 1 million people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the book that you have just written, Whicked Interview Tips, helps people hear the words, you're hired.
Sure does. So let me tell you a little bit about the book. I chose to write the book from two sides, right? I have a ton of experience in corporate America, hiring individuals. I've seen thousands of resumes, and I often find that people don't understand what the company is doing. All they see is the job description. But my choice is to educate them on both sides, what the company is doing and what they need to do in order to get hired. So it brings both the perspectives together, educating the candidate and helping them understand what they need to do and what the company's doing in the hiring process.
And you're able to do that because you have had such incredible experiences in the business world. Tell us a little bit, brag on yourself. Tell us about, the chef piece and all the companies you've worked for, and give us the reasons that you're qualified to write this book.
Well, it's been a long, industrious career of all kinds of great things in the space of hiring people. So I was a chef in the restaurant business for a long time, and I worked for independent restaurants as well as large hotels. I began my first hiring when I was a corporate chef for the Marriott organization. I hired to fill positions for my food and beverage department, and in that space, it's been a long time ago, but fast forward into corporate America. I started hiring when I worked at Campbell Soup. I started continuing to hire when I worked at Walmart, hiring with Saventia Fumage and Dairy, and also in that space for my own company. So having the opportunity to interview quite a few candidates, to see many, many resumes, and to conduct these interviews and see that a person which has incredible experience doesn't know how to convey their experience and get the job. So it became a mission for me to come out into the community, into the workforce, and to educate these people on how to interview. I think the focus for myself right now is really students, right? Students or adults that are re-entering the job market once they've received their education. Now, this book is written in a framework process, and it can be applied to anybody who is looking for a job. It could be a person that's in junior high school that's looking for their very first job, or it could be a person who's received their education, like advanced education, and they want to be able to take the skills, knowledge, and experience and apply it for a much more lucrative job. Or it could be a person that's already in the workforce right now who's seeking a new job. I wrote it this way with the flexibility, allowing this process to work no matter who picked up the book. Because honestly, if you interview for a job at a grocery store, or you interview at a job for like Taco Bell or somebody like that, they're going to ask you the same questions. It's interesting to think that you're going to be asked the same questions at an entry-level position as it is when you are seeking a higher-level position with the company. They're going to ask questions about what's your integrity, how well do you collaborate, what is the skills, knowledge, and experience that allows you to qualify for this job. And I don't think people think about it like that. I think they think an entry-level position is one thing and a higher-level position is another. But in actuality, they want a person that's got skills, knowledge, experience, and the ability to do their job and get along with everyone. That's universal no matter what job you apply for.
I took a peek in the book and I saw Bob. Can you tell us about Bob? Is he real? What's going on with Bob?
So I wanted to bring a character to life in the book. So I picked Bob, right? Bob is the guy that everyone knows, everyone knows a Bob, right? Everyone knows a Bob. But I wanted to create a character that would resonate with people and that they literally could follow Bob through the process of being interviewed, how he was preparing for the job, and kind of root for Bob on the way to his destination, which was ultimately graduating from college and getting a job as a junior marketer.
Awesome. What are people just going to love about this book?
Well, first off, I hope they love that they're going to get a job, right? But second, what I would say is I hope that they're going to love getting the knowledge of what's happening in a company, and they're going to appreciate how they can prepare themselves for getting the job. When they combine those two things together, they're going to be a powerful candidate coming into an opportunity to interview for a job and ultimately navigate that space all the way to the point when they've received the job offer and ultimately accepting the position.
If you had to boil down the whole book to just one really basic truth about interviewing, what would that be?
I would really say preparation, right? Preparation allows people to craft the messaging that they really want to craft. I talk a little bit about it in the book, where I talk about wing it or prepared, right? If you're winging something, you don't really have an opportunity to strategically develop the content or the experience and knowledge that you have and bring it out. If you're in a wing it standpoint, you're just like randomly, stressfully responding to the question. But if you're in a preparation state, it gives you time to think through what you've been doing, whether you're in school and you can resonate it, or you've been in a job, you want to resonate that skills, knowledge, and experience together. And when you bring it together in that space, it's very powerful. Preparation is the key.
Any closing comments for the listeners and watchers?
I can't wait for people to reach out to me once they've received their job and they're telling me, I got hired.
Woo! Well, thank you, Sheila. You can get your copy of Sheila Jones' new book, Whicked Interview Tips, at Amazon.com. Visit her website, wickedresults.com, and spell it WHICKED, results.com.
Awesome. Thank you.